As you may have seen by now, the new Star Wars Battlefront trailer leaked, so I figured it would be kind of fun to take some time to talk about what was showed off thus far. And I gotta ask, what on earth do we call this one? Is it Battlefront 4? Battlefront 2? Who knows, but either way it did look somewhat promising. For one, it shows off what seems to be part of a new single-player campaign. This was something I thought the first one desperately needed, due to the overall lack of content. And who knows, maybe it'll turn out to be somewhat like what Titanfall 2 went through. As long as it's not the Horde mode that the previous Battlefront offered, I'd say at the very least, it'll be a step in the right direction. Another thing that took me by surprise was the timeline it looks like this game is gonna cover. We get a chance to see everything from back when Darth Maul was still alive, or the prequel era, to the present film period with Rey and Kylo Ren. This is yet another thing I thought the first one lacked, and despite the prequels being somewhat bad movies compared to the rest, you can't deny that it had some undoubtedly cool battles that would have been perfect for a game like this. And so this time around it appears as though we're getting just that. And finally what looks to be space battles. I know the first game eventually offered these, but it wasn't until much later on down the road. And let's not forget it was also locked behind the season pass. And for the love of God, can we please not have to deal with that bullshit again this time around? And believe me, I know why it was about the same price as the actual game. It's because half of the damn content was locked away behind that thing. Trust me, not cool, EA. With Battlefront 2, EA has a huge opportunity to provide us with a game that has a ton of content and covers several great periods in the Star Wars universe, rather than just saving most of it for the DLC. The question is, will they? For me, the old Battlefront 2 was a huge part of my childhood. I remember going to my friend's house and playing the game all night on several occasions, and enjoying it so much that I eventually got it for myself on the PlayStation 2. So overall, I'm really hoping that this game can capture the appeal that the old one offered. Not the previous one, but the old Battlefront 2. And also provide us with enough variety at launch to keep players going, say for instance, more maps or just cool things in general, like the ability to ride tauntauns or participate in huge space battles on a similar scale to the one in Star Wars Episode 3. Because I have no doubt that this game will look and sound beautiful. I'm just not sure if it's gonna fall short in all other aspects. For example, the customization. That was one part of the previous Battlefront that was almost non-existent, at least compared to other shooters out there. All in all, my hopes are up for this game, and I think that it has a ton of potential, and the fact that it doesn't need to be pushed out before a movie could also be promising. That being said, after a disappointing first attempt, I'm definitely not overhyped for this game, and probably won't be until I actually get my hands on it and play it for myself. And not to mention, I did enjoy the gameplay in the first one, but for me, there just wasn't enough content there. Anyways guys, that's really all I wanted to ramble on about today, so hopefully you enjoyed this quick video. Feel free to let me know your thoughts about this new trailer down in the comments. And as always, I will see you in the next one.